Hello, welcome back. So today's video is all about softening your energy so your clarity can finally land. Whew. If you've been feeling stretched thin, foggy, or just disconnected from your inner knowing, this is going to feel like a deep exhale for your whole system. So take a breath with me. The energetic theme of the week that has been coming through is really subtle, but there's this powerful shift happening in the collective energy right now. So you might notice the edges of your energy is softening, what has felt jagged or maybe even overstimulating or heavy is finally smoothing out. And that clarity, that real clarity, is starting to rise in the quiet. Oh my goodness. So, again, it's not the kind that you are forcing or chasing. We don't want to force or chase. It's the kind that finds you when your system finally feels safe enough to receive that clarity. So this week it's softening, there's a downshift. It's a moment where your energy is reorganizing itself after running really hard for a long time. It's through that softness that our truth is so clear and we can finally hear it. So when our nervous system is tight, overwhelmed, or in survival mode, our clarity gets blocked. Our intuition is quiet. Our energy field is contracting. Think of it like trying to see clearly through rippling water. Everything's distorted, but when we soften, our energy expands, our body feels safe again, our heart opens, our mind unclenches, even our body unclenches, and the water becomes still. It becomes clear and reflective. So this reminds me of heart coherence. So what is heart coherence? You may have heard of this and you may have not, but it's truly when our heart, our mind, and our nervous system are in sync. They're finally working together, not against each other, not fighting each other, not necessarily fighting. It's just like they're not on the same page, or maybe they're not on the same chapter. And so our emotions, our thoughts, even our breath, and our energy field, when we finally find that heart coherence, we're beating on at the same beat. I'm trying to think of that saying. Oh my God, brain fart. But things are just in sync. They're moving in the right direction. There's more flow. Okay. So it really feels like just grounded presence, like just like strong inner knowing. There's ease. We're not like resisting so much. A lot of openness. So like our heart space feels open. We feel safe to be in our body, and we can finally hear. Our intuition is coming back online. That clarity is starting to rise. It's starting to come to us, and we're starting to feel it in our bodies. So when your heart is coherent, your entire system shifts into calm clarity, not panic, not overthinking, again, not force. So our truth becomes very obvious, and the intuition, again, our intuition becomes so much louder. And it's that softening that's truly medicine. So one of the easiest ways to bring your body into heart coherence is through a very simple breath pattern that I absolutely love doing. I'll do this on a regular basis if I am feeling stressed at work in my day job, or maybe it's just a situation with a family member or what have you. It's a simple breath technique where you're inhaling for 4 seconds, you hold for 2, and then you exhale for 8. So oftentimes that long exhale, it's twice as long as your inhale, but it really helps to have that long exhale to kind of get everything out. I really prefer, you can kind of tell, and this is not a knock, but if you aren't familiar with breath work, or you're new to it, like we tend to be shy with it, and quiet with our breath, but don't be quiet. Like I want you to have an audible exhale. So like even if you have to do that, because the reason why I like that is because you can feel like your chest vibrating, and that does help you kind of get back into your body, get back to center. and feeling that vibration of our voice. Our voice is one of the very first healing sounds that we are introduced to. So think of your mother, or think of a motherly figure in your life, or father figure whose voice brings you comfort. There is a healing frequency to that. So that's also why I like to say, let it out, exhale it out. If that's not for you, that's fine. You don't have to do an audible exhale. I'm just challenging you to try it. And you can also do a humming sound or an om sound, or if you just want to breathe and have a long exhale, that's fine too. But do that as much as you need it. So one breath count isn't going to do that. I'll tell you that right now. I would say maybe 4, 5, or more. And the guides are pinging me to share that you can also put on some frequency music. So like 432 hertz, 528 hertz. 432 is just kind of ringing true right now. So maybe start with that, or listen to both and see what feels good for you. And you can put that on while you're doing this breath work. So I hope that is helpful. You'll have to tell me if you try this, because I want to know if you're feeling like your nervous system, your body melt a little bit when you're doing that. And again, make sure you're doing those several breaths. Really love the humming piece, so try that, or an audible exhale. So another way to help kind of reset your system here is using warm water. I love running warm water under my hands, or even placing like a warm cloth on the back of your neck. Warmth signals safety to our bodies. It helps soften that tension. So the reason why I say running water is because throughout the day, like, we're so busy. Sometimes it's not easy just running a bath and getting in a tub. Of course, like, taking a bath is amazing, but let's say you're at work, or you just need a quick minute, go excuse yourself, go to the bathroom, try to get that running warm water on your hands, especially on your wrists. Our wrists are very sensitive, and so that can help really get to your nervous system rather quickly. So warm water. If there's not warm water, I mean, sure, you could try cold, but it might be a shock. So if you only have access to cold water, get a little bit on your fingertips and then just put some on your wrist and kind of like rub it in a soothing circular motion to help you get back into your body and just reset. Okay. Another one, I feel like I talk about this a lot, but again, it's a great reminder, is when we say placing your hand on your heart. The reason why we say that is because it's intentional. And I always like to put one on my belly, but when you place your hand on your heart, you're closing your eyes and you're feeling the rise and fall of your chest. You feel your body working for you. And when you focus on the rise and fall of your chest, and even like your hand moving up and down, it really does help pull you out of your head. But again, pairing that with some music, if you can even be super, super helpful. So feeling that softness in your chest, softening your breath until you feel yourself just kind of come down a little bit. Okay, soft breath reset. I know I already talked about that, but I can't stress it enough. Breath work is so important for us. So where you can, please do that. And again, you can do this in the bathroom. If you need to excuse yourself, you can do it in the car before you're going to an event, or maybe you're going to be around some people or family, especially this week, that can be triggering at times. So as you're going through these ways to help reset your nervous system, you might notice like things, of course, are hopefully getting quiet for you. So, you're getting some downloads for yourself. Maybe you just get like this sudden knowing, or almost like a whisper. You're hearing things not audibly, or maybe you are, but sometimes when our clairaudience is working, it just almost feels like it's hard to explain it because for Claire audience, I know it's different for everybody. Sometimes people do physically hear, but for me, it's like it almost feels like a thought kind of like dropping in, if that makes sense. So if that comes in for you, that is your intuition working. Like it's not the ego mind. You just your body might be saying yes or no to something. You're just getting crystal clear on maybe a decision that's been weighing you down, or maybe you just feel relief, like you're just like finally like able to breathe, and like your anxiety levels are coming down. Things are just feeling smoother. So that's the idea behind these exercises, is to really kind of like smooth out those edges for you. So if you're this week, again, I was saying like the theme for this week and what was coming through is softening those edges, getting clarity, the clarity that we need, especially if we've been like in this indecision phase. This will help bring that in. This will help bring in that clarity if it hasn't already. And it's not just like after you do one of these things. It does, again, it's helping soften your nervous system, so things might be coming throughout the week. So it's a good reminder that, you know, if we want clarity on something, it needs to come without force, and we need to make sure we're able to be in our body, not feeling overwhelmed, getting out of that brain fog, not frog. So I hope that is helpful. And again, you don't have to push, you don't have to force, you don't have to overthink. Softening is the true path to clarity, and our bodies know how to guide us. If you want deeper support in hearing what your energy is trying to tell you, or what your guides are trying to tell you, my deep soul sessions were made just for you. It's calm, it's grounded, you get a lot of clarity. I will leave the description to these sessions here for you in the comments below. If this resonates with you, please like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Share this with a friend who needs to hear it. And I will see you all in the next video.